Okay, so what was the retail job you took?
I was working for Dorothy Perkins and Burton Menswear.
Nice.
And then when I left, they failed.
What do you mean?
They don't exist anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not saying it was related to me, but
What were you doing for them?
Originally shop floor, then I moved to head office. I was doing logistics and distribution, and then what's called a merchandising role, where you basically decide what stock goes into what stores.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why did you leave?
I realised when I looked at my boss's boss that I would be doing the same thing for the rest of my life in an office with people that I kind of liked but also didn't. And I didn't want that to be my life forever. And I always thought when I have kids one day, because I do want to have kids, that I wouldn't be spending my time with them. I'd be spending my time in an office. And I was like, that doesn't seem right to me. So I've always found it weird that we give the best hours of our day to people who care the least about us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And who would replace us like that.
Yeah.
So I started looking into other forms of making money, and I discovered Rich Dad Poor Dad, discovered property investing through his book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And then I signed up for a seminar in London. And I got there and it was the wrong seminar. It was the trading seminar, not the property seminar. But I thought, well, hey, I'm here now. I may as well get on with it. So call it divine intervention, call it providence, whatever you want to call it. I just sat in the room and I was like, ticks all my boxes. So I was like, brilliant, I can travel around the world, I can make money anywhere, it's not going to take me all the time to do it. So I got involved, took out a loan, took out a credit card, took out, in basically half my annual salary at the time. So it was about 10 grand. So I was only getting paid like 19 grand a year. And I put it all into this mentorship program.
After one seminar?
It's one seminar, a weekend training.
Yeah.
And then, that.
Okay, so what did they tell you in the seminar?
You'll be rich, Harry. You're a wizard. No, they said they just said what it was, and they said this is the life you can create if you follow these steps in this process.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. And I'm not naive enough to think it was going to be easy, but I was like, I want to do it. Like that's the life I want to create for myself. So I was like, what's it worth? And it's worth everything I have.
Yeah.
If that's going to be the life that I create.
Yeah.
So I did it. Took out the loan, took out the credit card. Ridiculous interest on it. I was like, I'm going to go for it. And what that did was I'd invested time, money and energy into myself, and I had to make it work.
Yeah.
Like I had to. So do I necessarily recommend other people do that? No. Do I think it's a bad decision? No, because it was the right decision for me and it's what I wanted. So I went for it. And 7 months after making that decision, I left my job and started trading and traveling the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what training did they give you?
Similar to kind of what I offer to people, but I think we do a better job of it.
Yeah.
So like that was more en masse, whereas we said in previous episodes, we cap our trainings to 4 people.
Yeah.
We have a proper community. Again, I'm not going to be shitting on them. They did an amazing job with me. I do think we have a more engaged community than they had back then. They just basically helped me. Overall, it was a really good mentorship because they did that thing of this is the knowledge, this is how you apply it, let's make sure you're applying it correctly.
Yeah.
So the good parts of all of that I've modelled in what we do now as well.
Yeah. So you were 10 grand in debt at that point. You were still working retail.
Yeah.
And then what was the point where you quit? Had you started live trading by then?
Started live
and
trading,
thinking, this is going to work?
Yeah, started live trading and I was making enough from my trading. I wasn't making thousands of pounds or anything, but I was making enough to cover my bills and expenses at the time. Now I was a single guy. I didn't have high rent. I didn't have like loads of bills. Didn't have kids or anything to look after. Yeah. Didn't have a car, so I had low expenses. So it was easier for me to do that from that perspective. And I just knew this is what I wanted to do and I wanted to go for it. If I'm honest, I left my job too quick. And I'd had other failed business ventures before that. So I ran a food van.
Did you?
At a music festival, yeah, which actually would have gone quite well for a longer period if we'd done it for a longer period of time. But it's a one-off event.
What kind of food was it?
I was doing chips and salads.
Okay.
Yeah, balance in it.
Yeah.
So sweet potato fries, normal fries, and then various toppings to go on top of them. I actually loved it. And I've never worked so hard in my life doing that. That made me realise I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to work for me.
Yeah.
And I did. And then I discovered trading after that. And I was like, this is way better than running a food van.
Yeah. Okay, so within a year of learning to trade, you quit your job and it was covering your expenses.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then as I was doing that, after I'd been doing that for a little bit of time, don't remember exactly if I'm honest, but somewhere between 6 and 12 months, Rich Dad asked me to come and do a testimonial because obviously I was making a success of it. I was making it work. So I went and spoke to a room of people, gave my story, and they realised I was really good in front of people.
Yeah.
Well, I've been speaking in front of people since I was 14.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very comfortable position for me. And I love flirting with a crowd. So other people have a splash zone. I've got a flirt zone. So if you're too close to the front, you're going to get flirted with. So I did that. And then they asked me to come and start teaching for them. Then they realised I was quite good at teaching. So then whilst I was travelling around the world, I would navigate where they had events on, because Rich Dad's international, and I'd end up teaching at different places that I was going travelling to, which is really good fun.
What were you teaching?
Predominantly trading, but also some property investment as well. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That must have been so fun.
It was really fun.
Like, who was in the room? What kind of people were you teaching?
Various people who've got loads of money, people who've got absolutely no money, and right at the start of their journey, which again is why I want to help people at all levels. I'm not really interested in only going after high net worths. Yes, it's fun to work with them because they've got money in the bank to start off with, but I also want to help people who, like me, were right at the start of their wealth creation journey and needed to take the steps to get to where they are now. And it was whilst I was working for Rich Dad that I met a load of property investors, and I started investing in property as well, because I was like, oh, I want a piece of that pie, and realised I hate it for all the reasons I've talked about before. Still believe in it. I'm still like buying an HMO at the moment, in the process of doing that, so I still 100% believe in it, but it's never going to be my primary focus because I do not enjoy it. People who enjoy it, you can tell they enjoy it, and that's not me.